find a new home. Tonight, Channel 3's Kevin Hogan joins us with a new development on that front. Kevin.
Well, she wasn't the largest tall ship at OpSail for the fanciest. What attracted thousands to the Batkashina was its spirit. Now people are still rallying, especially one community, to help the ship berth at a new home. The days in New London Harbor are growing shorter for the Batkashina. With winter setting in, the city says liability issues will force them to pull the welcome mat away from the Ukrainian ship's berth at Waterfront Park.
I'm ready to be everywhere because each time for me is friendship.
The financially troubled tall ship won the hearts of thousands during OpSail. The story of her 15-member crew braving the Atlantic, crossing to set sail with other tall ships to tell the story of the Ukrainian people.
I show our country and I see and discover America.
Planning to take part next summer in the tall ship tour of the Great Lakes, the Batkashina will need to spend the winter here. So an offer has been made from Norwich to park the boat at the new ferry dock in Norwich Harbor.
Everyone welcomes the vessel. It'll be a great experience for Norwich school kids, adults alike, to learn something about their culture, their history.
But even before the ship can move up the Thames for its winter berth, it'll undergo necessary dry dock repairs at the Thames Marina.
Everybody needs money, but they are getting help, and they're always grateful. I know that.
It's a piece of Ukraine.
Strangers like the Blanchettes, who are touched by the Ukrainian boat's mission, continue to reach out to help.
He's having problems with his transfer gear and to off his generators, and we're just trying to line up the right people for the job. And
it's our private initiative, and I'm proud that we have results.
Now, come Monday, maybe some more results. The group that originally sponsored the Batkashina will ask the new London City Council to allow the ship to stay at least until the 25th of the month so it can head to the dry dock for repairs. And the ship is also starting to look around for a 15-person crew for next season's sail to the Great Lakes. Al, Denise, any takers?
Good evening, Dee. We are here at Norwich's Harbor, and this is probably one of the prettiest sights in town, but in some ways it's also a very well-kept secret. They redeveloped this waterfront more than 10 years ago, but it has not been as successful as they wanted it to be because so far it has not attracted the amount of people. But they're trying to change that and turn things around. And today, with some of the newer attractions, they're hoping to bring back some of the history and excitement to this seaport city.
How you folks doing today?
The ride around Norwich Harbor is a short but scenic one. As soon as you leave the dock, it's easy to see why people would enjoy the view.
I've been going all day on this boat, back and forth. It's been a long day.
At one time, Norwich was noted as being one of the great shipping ports in the United States, and we'd like to bring that back and revitalize our downtown.
Bringing life into downtown has been difficult. Many businesses have moved out. Norwich has not been able to cash in on tourists, something it now hopes to do with the redevelopment of its waterfront. The main attraction today was the Ukrainian ship Batkashina. The crew ran out of money during OpSail and has decided to call Norwich its home until they leave the port sometime in May.
My deep appreciation all citizens, all who was here, for all organizers.
What used to be here?
A coal wharf where they used to bring the coal barges up.
Barbara Trocki remembers when the harbor was filled with ships, and she'd like to see some of that hustle and bustle return. She even remembers swimming in the river when she was a young girl. Two rivers actually dump out here into the Norwich Harbor, and one of the biggest deterrents to redevelop the waterfront has been pollution from some nearby companies. But now they're trying to clean up the water.
Any place that they can clean up the water is great.
And the city tells us they are putting some final finishing touches here on the waterfront. Some of the things that people say they'd like to see perhaps are some more walkways and even some lights here so they can walk around here at night. We're also told that there are plans for another marina sometime in the near future, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Dee, back to you.
Okay, thanks so much. Susan Raff reporting live tonight in Norwich. Well, a big scare for some boaters in the Connecticut River last night.
And a Ukrainian ship is helping them to do that. The Batkashina crew ran out of money during OpSail 2000, and the captain was forced to keep the tall ship tied up to the New London Pier. And when they lost their dock space recently, the city of Norwich invited the yacht to berth in Norwich Harbor for the winter. Business leaders hope the tall ship's presence there could act as a draw to downtown, but the city council is working to change it.
At one time, Norwich was noted as being one of the great shipping ports in the United States, and we'd like to bring that back and revitalize our downtown.
And pollution from nearby companies has been one of the biggest deterrents, according to city leaders, to redevelopment of the Norwich waterfront. Well, this may sound like